Namaskar dosto, welcome to SBI Securities morning podcast. So in the past few trading sessions the market has been extremely choppy. Let us discuss the key levels for the market in trade today as well as the key sectors that we expect to remain in focus. First up, coming to the update in the global markets in trade yesterday. So yesterday for the US markets, if you see, the first half witnessed selling pressure, but during the course of the session, that is in the second half, the market staged a recovery. The Dow gained 0.32% for the day. The S&P 500 ended flat, while the Nasdaq dipped slightly by 0.08%. Over the past four trading sessions, if we see, the S&P 500 has been consolidating near its 200-day EMA. The key levels to monitor from a short-term perspective would be the levels of 5,850, 5,830 as the immediate support, while on the upside 5,940 zone would act as the resistance level. Coming to the update regarding Brent oil. So Brent oil has been fluctuating around its 20-day EMA for the past three trading sessions. A decisive move above $74 a barrel could drive a pullback rally towards 76 in the short term, while on the downside the zone of 70.40 remains a key support area. Coming to the dollar index, the dollar index touched a low of 106.11 before rebounding in the short term. If you see, it is expected to test the levels of 107 with a potential move towards 107.50, which would be a challenge for emerging markets like India due to the likelihood of reduced foreign inflows. Now coming to the update regarding our markets. So in trade on Tuesday, the benchmark index Nifty experienced significant volatility. It opened with an upside gap followed by strong rally during the first half of the trading session. However, after reaching a high of 23,780, the index faced a sharp correction, shedding over 250 points in the final hour of trade. The session ultimately concluded near the 23,500 mark, registering a modest gain of 0.28% for the day. Notably, if you see the daily chart of Nifty, it has formed a bearish candle with a long upper shadow, signaling significant selling pressure at higher levels. If we see during the recent correction that began from the all-time high, that is the levels of 26,277, a recurring pattern has emerged. The index often rallies in the first half of the trading session only to face corrections in the second half. These are characteristics of a classical bearish market. Going ahead, the zone of 23,330 will act as the immediate support for the index. If the index slips below the levels of 23,330, then the next support is placed around 23,200 in the short term, which is the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level of the prior upward rally that started from the election result day low, that is 21,281, to an all-time high level of 26,277. While on the upside, if you see, the resistance has shifted lower in the zone of 23,630, 650 levels. अगर ऑप्शन चेन के बारे में बात करें तो 23,600 और 23,700 स्ट्राइक्स में डिसेंट अमाउंट ऑफ कॉल राइटिंग देखा जा रहा है, और पुट साइड में मेनली 23,500 और 23,400 के स्ट्राइक्स में देखा जा रहा है. वीकली सीरीज जो है OI/PCR जो है, इट करंटली स्टैंड्स एट 0.65 while the max pain is seen at 23,550, while नवंबर के मंथली सीरीज में PCR अभी 1.10 है. Coming to the update regarding Bank Nifty. So in trade on Tuesday, the Bank Nifty also witnessed a sharp correction after marking a high of 50,983 levels. From the day's high, it has tumbled by over 350 points and ended at 50,626 with a gain of 0.52%. On the daily scale, it has formed a small body candle with a long upper shadow. Going ahead, the zone of 50,100 will act as the immediate support for the index. Any sustainable move below the levels of 50,000 will lead to resume its southward journey. In that case, it is likely to test the levels of 49,600 in the short term, which is the prior swing low of the index. While on the upside, the zone of 50,900, 51,000 will act as the immediate hurdle for the index. If you see the main strike prices where call option is seen, it is currently seen at 51,000 and 51,500. While on the put side, it is majorly seen in 50,500 and 50,000 strike. For the monthly series, November monthly series, the PCR currently stands at 0.91. Coming to the key market indicators, so the volatility index India VIX ended at 15.66 in trade on Tuesday with a gain of 3.26%. Going ahead, any sustainable move above the levels of 16.5 will lead to an increase in the overall market's volatility. Coming to the advanced decline number, so if you see in trade on Tuesday, despite the correction in frontline indices, the advanced decline ratio was tilted in favor of the advancing counters. Coming to the key sectors in focus, so technically if we see FMCG, metal, oil and gas, PSU bank, CPAC, PAC, this particular space is expected to underperform in the short term. Coming to the FII DI data, so FIIs have continued their selling spree, right? If you see, the entire previous month was marked by selling pressure in the cash segment, and even the current November series has totally witnessed one-sided selling by the FIIs. So in trade on Tuesday, FIIs sold to the tune of 3,411 crores in the cash segment, while DIIs bought to the tune of 2,783 crores. That's a wrap of today's edition of the podcast. Thank you for regularly tuning in. Do tune in tomorrow for more market update and insights. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.